Dunwall is changing fast. 6 months ago, Draper's Ward was where Dunwall's rich and well-born strolled and shopped and tried to be seen. The plague burned through it in days. Today it's a battleground where two street gangs fight over the spoils. The Hatters and Lizzie's gang, the Dead Eels. Lizzie Stride was the boss until Edgar Wakefield betrayed her and took her place. And her riverboat. It's the kind of thing that happens every day in Dunwall. I don't judge him. I've done worse myself. But I need that boat. Edgar Wakefield and I have business.
Alright, hey everybody, it's Dipio. Welcome back to Dishonored The Brigmore Witches. So it looks like we are going to steal a boat. That sounds fun. That's a heist right there. Okay, so what do we need to bring with us for this heist? Sunken crate, add some extra treasure, a rune, a gift from Abigail Ames, a bone charm. I don't know. No, that sounds great to me. Let's upgrade. What do we want to upgrade? It looks like a lot of our stuff that we upgraded last time is still in effect, which is really cool. So we can focus on these new things. We got 900 coins. Let's upgrade boot stealth. I don't know how much it's helping us. I'm not the stealthiest guy right now. But arc mine capacity. Sure. The mines could be used a lot more than I'm using them. So we'll just have to see if I can try and mix those in a little bit more, because they are big time kills.
The textile mill used to run off a water wheel before the canal went dry. It started up again recently, and whatever the Hatters did to get it working has enraged the Dead Eels. They're fighting in the streets.
Okay, travel to Draper's Ward. That's all we gotta do at the beginning? That'll be easy, I'm sure.
We got here first!
Bring out the geezer!
We've been here 8 years! We ain't leaving!
When's your old man coming out to fight?
We've been making something for you, little eels!
What's the matter? Too much knitting to do?
Crawl back to the river! You ain't a real gang! You're just a bunch of mudlarks!
Come on and fight! Or are you too busy making dresses?
Come on, let's
He said mudlarks.
This is gonna hurt!
Look at this rumble. I want them to fight. I don't want them turning on me.
Go down, you pig!
We'll step out once things are...
Dump you in the river after I cut you open! Somebody,
I'll deal with the winners.
That's what happens when you tango with it. Look at this joke. Come on,
Oh.
let's get this. Let's show this gutter trash.
So
how
we're not friends, even though I got your old boss, huh? There was no love lost when she got taken, huh? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It is how it is. I do not want to get zapped by one of those things.
What? Somebody, give me a hand. I'm gonna loot your corpse. Watch
You
it.
guys are tough. Tougher than you look. Wearing those silly top hats.
I'll get you next
I
time.
know you're here. Somebody, get over here.
Well, I appreciate the help. Too bad you had to come after me like that. Because I really did like the whole throw the acid on him thing while I was fighting him. That was a good teamwork. It was good teamwork. And you went and mucked it all up by coming after me next. Get all my juice back.
Remember that smoke we saw on the river the other day?
Yeah. You found out what it was?
Rothwild's place. That was also the booms we heard.
You see his face when he asks for
Burned.
the money back.
Completely gone now.
I don't know how we didn't get seen right there. That was crazy.
Wakefield's a hard man, but he's not as fun as Lizzie. Lizzie enjoyed it more.
Yeah, even Lizzie never drowned victims in a sack. You'd still see him squirming for air.
Yeah. How's he gonna top that?
Edgar Wakefield is on board the Undine.
Oh, hey!
He's put all of the eels on alert since Lizzie's rumored to have escaped from Coldridge. He's expecting her. You will undoubtedly be a surprise to him.
Undoubtedly. Okay, you were a surprise to me. I was not expecting you to show up there. Notes from a Hatter spy. Mr. Hat, there's been an interesting activity since our raid on the dead eels a few days ago. It looks like Wakefield has been rooting out Lizzie loyalists and chasing them off or making an example out of them with some gruesome killing. I don't think he's got much of a hold on this gang, and things are likely to fly apart before long. Also, I swear I saw a woman lurking on some nearby rooftops last night, spying on the eels. She saw me looking at her and just disappeared. Perhaps you'll know what to make of that. Oscar.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Who are you talking to? Alright, Trimble's Coin. Excerpt from a book of noteworthy intellectual figures. The halls of Academy of Natural Philosophy are thought to be spaces where thoughtful discourse and enlightened tolerance set the tone for debate and learning. It is believed that reason applies above all, and the passage of the greatest minds of the Empire are tempered by wisdom and custom. This is the commonly accepted vision of the place, and it is almost always accurate. Almost. Sometimes a protracted debate or disagreement can explode into conflict, and very rarely violence. Such was the case years ago in the Month of Winds. A young apprentice named Piero Joplin ventured into strange new directions of research in the preservation of mortifying tissue, a field that brought him into frequent conflict with a student called Trimble. Joplin and Trimble often debated loudly long into the night, and the content of these arguments was well beyond the understanding of most people of the Empire, the author included. The rivalry between the two natural philosophers raged for months, but it is the climax of those events that prompts this writing. The two had argued deep into the night, the debate sliding into bitter personal attacks. At last they reached a terrible accord. Their mutual hatred culminated in a duel to the death with pistols. Under the gray sky of dawn, the greatest minds of the Empire of the Isles gathered in the courtyard in a fashion resembling schoolboys gathering to watch bullies fight. A quiet fell as Joplin and Trimble accepted the ceremonial pistols, marked off the paces, turned, and fired. Each combatant fired round after round, shattering windows, chipping masonry, and splitting plaster. The closest shot to the mark was Joplin's, whose bullet ripped through the hem of Trimble's overcoat. It was clear that the dedicated study of the learned men had made for poor marksmanship. When their ammunition was expended, both parties stood quivering with fear and rage, but unharmed. It was then agreed that the duel would be settled with a coin flip. A newly minted coin of the Empire was produced, bearing the face of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. As it was sent spinning into the air, Trimble called heads. The coin landed tails. Joplin was declared winner, and the feuding between the men ceased. By the terms of the dispute, Trimble was forced to leave the academy, his studies left incomplete, whereupon a dignified silence returned to the halls of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. That sounds like some of the bully fights I saw when I was in school. A lot of noise, a lot of posturing, but nothing ever really happened that you could call a fight.
Whatever I do to him, it will be a mercy compared to what Lizzie has in mind.
Is that Granny Rags?
Sitting next to the river. Or canal, at least. Just waiting to be taken.
All those prancing nobles and their fancy
That was Granny
masks.
Rags.
Strip them of their jewels and set them on fire.
Wakefield sealed himself in the cargo hold of the Undine. Smuggling ships like this one often have a hatch underneath for dumping contraband if they get caught. Perhaps the Undine is no different.
Okay, underneath, huh? There's a lot of ways around here.
2 butchers came here looking for work, crying about their warehouse.
What'd you tell them?
Laughed in their faces. Everyone knows they're scum. Besides, they couldn't stop talking about killing Dowd. And that's an enemy we don't need.
Where the frick are... Oh, you're there. The voices are so, like, right in your ear. It's hard to tell where they're supposed to be coming from
Ever
sometimes.
get that creepy feeling of being watched? I've had that a bunch lately.
Funny you asked that. I had this feeling of eyes on me. I looked up on the roof of that building over there.
There was a lady up there, right? I seen her too. Just staring. Then she
Yeah.
Gone. In a wink. Yeah. We've seen the same thing.
Should we tell the others about it?
No. The others might think we're seeing things. First sight.
Okay. We're kind of being okay here. Now, if I get in this water, am I gonna die? That sure looks like a metal hatch to get in.
I think this would work.
What are they doing?
Lizzie's
over it?
boat is smaller than I
Can't keep their
remember.
damn prisoners locked up. How'd it come to this? Lizzie's on her way.
I just took him out. Oh, dude, they went vicious on that one. Like, holy crap. Slow motion sliding the knife out of his skull. Okay. That's the throttle, but I want to sound the horn. Here we go. Now what?
Lizzie
Now we take
Stride
off?
is assuming control of the dead eels now. She's ordered them to give you safe passage.
Sweet.
Your friend Edgar Wakefield set me up to be taken by the City Watch, and you followed him. Took his orders. But you know what? I forgive you. All of you. I'm filled with love. But the following people each owe me a finger. Logan, Douglas, Bang Bang, Ferris, Cakeface, the Bakers, and Annabelle.
Shit.
2 from you, Annabelle. Have a good night.
All right, Lizzie.
That piece of garbage, Edgar. I'm still living with his incompetence.
She does have shark
He let
teeth.
the Hatters cripple the Undine.
Ship seems fine to me.
They took the engine core. We're dead in the water.
What is it? Can we make a new one?
They don't make them anymore, not for an engine like the Undine's. We'll have to get it back.
The geezer still leads the Hatter gang, right? I'll pay him a visit.
It won't be that easy. There's a snag.
Always is. What's this one?
The Gazer's about 100 years old by now. He's got it rigged so that if he dies, the whole place gets gassed. So they're real careful around him. Got him a nurse and everything. Maybe you can cut a deal for that engine coil. Turn on the charm. One of the Hatters gave me their door password in exchange for keeping the rest of his fingers. It's whalebone. I never got to use it on account of the gas. And being in jail.
Just be ready to move when I get back.
Alrighty. I should be able to travel, right? Because you guys are not going to hurt me, right? Because we're all cool now. Sorry to kill some of your friends before, but hey, you attacked me
I
first.
think the outsider ain't real. What'd I see Dowd do then?
Just because he can do strange things doesn't mean there's an invisible man watching us. Oh,
Everybody's
Who'd've
dirty.
Maggot Montaigne on a boat in Dunwall. A long way from Karnaca.
Yeah, who would have thought? Crazy, ain't it? Let's take a look at our bone charms and stuff. We've picked up a few things. Pull power, ammo, potions, health. Okay, robust and spirited, and then maybe the bolts thing. Nothing fantastic there. We have 3 runes. I'd like to get 5 and upgrade the assassin. Again, not too worried about it. I feel like this is a game where you kind of have everything you need, like off the bat. You can get more stuff, but as I beat the original campaign with just the sleep dart, literally only the sleep dart, you don't have to have everything to do crazy stuff. Alright, textile mill. Should be fine as long as anybody's...
We're not going about this right. We kill him one at... Maybe they kill one of us. We're not making any headway.
What would you suggest?
Find one hatter, cut the skin off him, leave him for the rest to find.
As long as they don't have hats on, we should be fine. Anybody with a hat on is going to be a problem for me. Anybody else should be on my side. So we just, it's a pretty good signifier, a giant top hat. Looks like we gotta go through here.
The city even smells rotten.
Don't look
Oh, that's not good.
Try Jerome's in the apartment up there.
I heard he wasn't cheap. Let me just a few.
Caught out when the dead eels come across the canal? No thanks. Every man for himself.
So, I need to take care of that. Maybe I can teleport. Oh. That was close. Somebody throw something at me, or are they just out? Oh, that's the eels and the hatters fighting. That's okay. That can happen. No, go fight the eels. The eels are over there. Alright.
Another one from me.
I appreciate the help, guys. Thank you. Okay, we gotta be careful because I do not want to get torn apart by that zapper. I'm not sure if it'll zap me when I'm up high. It will for sure do it when I'm down low. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, never mind. That must only be when you can do the rewire tool. There's no, like, turning it off. Cool.
almost out of bullets.
Try Jerome's in the apartment up there.
I heard he wasn't cheap. Lend me just a few.
They get caught out when the dead eels come across the canal? No thanks. Every man for himself.
Let's leave.
What's the password?
It's whalebone, good sir.
Whalebone.
Come in, Hatter. Sir, the Hatters are using the textile machines to make shrouds for the plague dead.
Now we know why they took the engine coil.
The man who runs the Hatters is more cunning than he looks. He can flood this place with a toxic gas. In time, it'll eat through our air filters. You may have to make a deal.
Do I have to make a deal?
Just went through here.
The Empress did. She had Corvo Otana with her. They weren't wearing no clothes.
Keep your hat on. I was just asking.
Just because you're in charge of the gate, it don't mean the rest of us are idiots.
Yeah? Well, since you're such a genius, it ought to be real easy to see who it was. So go check it out.
Fine. I don't know why you're worried about nothing.
Oh, there's a whole wall of light there. Gotta be careful about that. I'm pretty sure I don't have any rewire tools either. That's just an outhouse? What is that? So much spitting. I just hear spitting in my ear constantly. Okay, the wall of light does not seem to go down that far. So let's squat down here and see.
Let me see what's going on over here.
Yeah, these stupid fish. Okay.
I told her to keep the children inside. I told her.
Can I get out of here now? It's very hard to see where I came from. That shut down the wall of light.
What?
No! Bastard up for the hack! Knock this back!
Nope. Okay.
Somebody give me a hand!
Like that?
I'll loot your corpse.
Like that?
Gonna beat
Keep coming, guys. One day you'll get it. I know you will. I believe in you. Textile mill key needed. So we still gotta get higher. Going for the full-on slaughter, man. You can't be surprised when it turns into that. I can't carry more. Oh, I probably got all that ammo off of those guys. Yeah, that would make sense. We'll just keep going up. Stealth is any food? Oh, heck. We'll take the elixir. If you're gonna leave it laying there, why not? Anything worth reading? A history of Lizzie Stride. Oh, this could be interesting. Little is known of Elizabeth Stride's origins, except that she hailed from Morley, rumored to be the daughter of a seamstress and a traveling cloth merchant. Stride was forced to flee Morley in her early years after strangling an abusive schoolmaster. She smuggled herself out of the city disguised as a boy and became a powder monkey on a Navy ship. A powder monkey? I like that. I don't know why, but I like that. On a Navy ship. The ruse worked for a time, allowing her to see wonders and horrors that women in her society had always been denied. Her high spirit, charisma, and fierceness propelled her to the top of the pecking order in the small ship-bound community of children, and they grew loyal to her. Inevitably, her deception was discovered by the ship's surgeon when she was injured during a storm. Before the doctor could report her, she rallied her powder monkeys to toss them. What I picture is a bunch of, like, chimps high on cocaine. Bunch of powder monkeys. To toss the man overboard. A bloody fight ensued, but their brief mutiny was crushed and many of her followers were put down. In the chaos, Lizzie and a handful of loyal boys managed to abandon ship in a skiff. Afterward, they found employment for a few seasons with a cartographer working along the coast of the Pandician continent to map estuaries. There, the crew of children grew into experienced and savage fighters. With the conclusion of the mapping expedition, the crew sailed back to Bristol. Once in Dunwall, Lizzie and her hardened friends carved a space for themselves in the street culture of the city. Their nautical experience had them at home on the Wrenhaven River, a territory previously unclaimed by any gang. They recruited former sailors, pirates, and defectors from other gangs. She took an unlikely lover, a naval aristocrat that arranged for her to carry merchant marine papers, giving them legitimacy in the eyes of the government and allowing her to sail through territory normally restricted to merchants. Some of those same powder monkeys from the early years still follow her, helping pilot their cargo boat up the Undine up and down the Wrenhaven on smuggling missions. As the leader of the Dead Eels, powder monkeys. I just love powder monkeys. That's great. As the leader of the Dead Eels, Lizzie has an almost mythic reputation for ferocity. She files her teeth to points and is even rumored to have webbed toes. Her enemies fear her unpredictable violence as much as they despise her. I was wondering, like, if they don't talk about her frickin' pointy teeth and all of that. Metallic salts. Is that something I need? Because it said metallic salts. It did not say. Yeah, it's a mission item. It's not a money thing. Medicinal herbs, on the other hand, that's a money thing.
Wakefield's miscalculated bet.
My name's Dowd. I'm looking for Lizzie Stride's missing engine coil. I'm giving you a chance to make a deal.
Yes, sir. Very reasonable offer. Geezer here says you're in luck. We only need that engine coil because someone shut off the flow that turns our water wheel. I sent men into the sewers to restore the flow and not one of them came back. But what stopped them won't be a problem for the famous Dowd, will it? When the water flows, I'll give you the engine coil. Here's the key to the sewer entrance. And it's a pleasure to do business with you, Mr. Dowd. The Hatters will behave themselves, as long as you keep your end of the bargain.
Mr. Hat. He looks like a Batman villain. Missing mechanic. Oh yeah, that's trying to figure out the water flow.
Wonder if he's still down there.
Warning, when replacing the whale oil tank that powers the pulmonary machine, you will have a precious little time to do so. If you fail to be diligent and Mr. Hat perishes, you will release a toxic gas that will end your life and that of your fellow Hatters. Have a care. Wow, okay. Let's not do that. I don't wanna die. Okay, so we need to get to the sewer. So let's head that way. Ooh, what's that? Oh, bullets. I've got plenty of bullets. I got bullets coming out of my ears. Alright, so... Draper Sewers right down here. Oh, it's just the way that we came. Okay, gotcha. We're just backtracking a little bit. Alright, well, we are in the sewer and we have to go find a way to get the water flowing again. There's going to be something in here. I wonder if it's going to be like those river crusts, like all built up around it. You know how those things are always in the like sewery, watery, gross areas. Anyway, everybody who's coming here hasn't come back, but we'll do it because we are capable. And there's slime spit on the wall. Yeah, it's got to be those things. It's got to be those things. Okay, guys. Well, we'll pick up here next time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and hope you come back for the next one. But as always, until then, take care of yourselves.